Jamie and Dakota. The interview is not allowed to broadcast. Inside a small studio in suburban New York, Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson sit across from each other in a minimalist setting. 2 black chairs, a small wooden table in the middle, a vase of dried lavender, and a single camera recording. There is no host, no live audience, just a list of 10 questions submitted by fans, carefully selected by a special team. It is all silent. The first question pops up from the tablet on the table. If you had to describe your relationship in a color, what would it be? Dakota looks up at Jamie, her eyes flashing with laughter. Ashes. Because it is not a flame, but it has never been extinguished. Jamie is silent for a few seconds, then replies, I think, wood brown. Durable, smoldering. Forgotten, but always there. They both laugh. Softly, but enough to warm the space. 2. Question 3. When did you two feel that there was something special between you? Dakota slowly closed her eyes, then opened them again. It wasn't during the intimate scenes. Actually, it was during the break between 2 scenes, when I saw Jamie holding a cup of hot tea, looking out the window. No one was talking, no cameras. But at that moment, I felt strangely calm. Jamie nodded, her eyes shining with undisguised emotion. She always reminded me of why I started acting, to connect, to touch something real. And Dakota did that. 3. Question 5. Did you two ever think that if you hadn't met, things would have been different? Dakota looked down at her hand, her finger twisting the ring unconsciously. She smiled, but it was a multi-layered smile. It's definitely different. I wouldn't know what it's like to have someone see through all the layers. And Jamie, needless to say, just having him there. Jamie continued, if I hadn't met Dakota, I think I would have been an actor who just did the role. But after meeting her, I started living each frame. A moment of silence. Emotions seemed to solidify into form. IV. Question 6. Have you two ever regretted not being together? This was the first time no one answered right away. Dakota was silent, taking a deep breath. More than I want to admit. Jamie turned away, as if not wanting the camera to see the red corners of her eyes. I used to try to live like it didn't matter. That career, family, duty, were everything. But there were nights when I woke up and just wanted to hear her voice. I knew I had lost something that would never be easy to find again. Versus question 8. If you could choose again, would you two dare to trade everything to be together? A long silence. Dakota leaned back, looking at Jamie. This question used to scare me. Jamie chuckled softly, her voice hoarse. Me too. They looked at each other. There was no more distance. There was no more role. I will. Dakota said, briefly but firmly. Jamie nodded. Me too. I would trade everything. If it meant waking up every morning, the first person I saw was you. Vi. Flashback. Things never told. Jamie said, when we were filming the last 50 Shades, after the last scene, I wanted to tell Dakota that I loved her. But I couldn't, because at that time, I thought it would ruin everything. Our friendship, our career, our image. Dakota continued, and me. I wrote a letter, but I never gave it to him. Jamie paused. Do you still have it? She nodded, gently taking an old envelope from her bag. It said, if you find this letter, it means I was brave enough to give it to you. 7. The letter is read on camera. Dakota opened the envelope, pulled out a crumpled piece of paper. Jamie, I don't know why I wrote this. Maybe to say goodbye, maybe to stop missing you silently. Or maybe it was because I couldn't stand the feeling of knowing that I loved you, but not being allowed to love you. I don't need you to do anything. I just need you to know that, in another universe, where there were no rules, no constraints, no schedules. I would choose you, every time, every day. Jamie closed his eyes, silent. When he opened them, his voice was hoarse. We don't need another universe. We just need to be brave in this one. 8. Behind the scenes, the cancelled recording. After the recording ended, the producers decided not to air the interview because they thought the content was too private and could easily be misunderstood. But Jamie and Dakota kept the original copy. A month later, they posted the transcript on their personal pages with the caption, "If we had to choose again, we wouldn't choose silence." The online community exploded. Half was supportive, half was skeptical, but there's no denying it, they chose each other. After the storm, who are they without fear? Jamie has stepped down from a few projects. Dakota has also taken a hiatus. They've written their first screenplay together, a film not about perfect love, but about people who dare to trade off to live authentically. The film is called The Quiet Years. They haven't confirmed whether they'll love each other. They don't answer the press. They just live together in a small house by the sea, grow plants, raise dogs, write scripts, and invite. Sit and drink tea, looking out at the sea.